What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to Rose City Gumbo. I am your host, Mashavu, here with a brand new show for the month of June. It's not quite July yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Comcast Channel 22, live stream on YouTube as well as Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and jump into today's show with some current events that's going on in the city that I want everyone to know about. So first of all, school is about to be out. I know you parents need something for your children to do. So Ladybug's childcare is available for your children up to the age of 10. You can contact Angie Benson on Facebook for more information. Also, Hot Nights Warm Coats is going to be Saturday, August 24th at Mount Scott, where you can bring a new or gently used coat and clothing to be given to those who are in need. So we all know the homeless population here in Portland is higher than what we would like, so that is something that we can do as a community to help those in need for the winter months to come, which will be here very soon. Also, we have Battle of the Barbers in Tacoma for those of us who like to do the I-5 Portland to Tacoma, Seattle connection. That will be featuring our own Charlisa and Mike Cage as guest, celebrity guest guests of the battle. So you guys can check that out. Tacoma on Sunday, June 23rd at the Freight House Square. Whoa, that was fun. Okay, also, last but not least is the Father-Daughter Princess Ball, June 29th at Embassy Suites, with music provided by DJ George. For more info on that, you can contact Anthony Blake on Facebook or go to eventbrite.com. Okay, now that I got all my words out and hopefully my mouth works, we're going to get into this interview with DJ OG1. But first, I have the newest video from Swiggle Mandela and Figure 8 and our very own Cool Nuts. You guys check it out.
It's Cool Nuts. Nigga, let's go. Give a dose to hoe niggas. Properly appointed, always had to show niggas. See the sun always had to glow, nigga. We was trapping like a motherfucker, pocket dope, nigga. Half heart, half money. We gon' splurge on you suckers, always keep a full tummy. So fuck a struggle, fuck dumb, broken bummy. Niggas heartbroken, corny with a hard luck story. Had a ladder to the roof so I could see above you niggas. Had a plug on you squares for the finest drug niggas. Real niggas keep a satchel for they bands. Testosterone pumping, there's no purses for a man. Get testy, have some hearses for that man. That thing get the clacking 3-round bursts for that man. We was gritting, taking risks for the Gouda. You niggas cupcaking and you motherfucking booed up.
Busy, give me hundreds, 50s, 20s. I ain't stingy, I'm a sharer, you won't take it from me. Stupid, saucy, bossy, we ain't never bummy. Pay me money at the show, you know we going dummy. Busy, give me hundreds, 50s, 20s. I ain't stingy, I'm a sharer, you won't take it from me. Stupid, saucy, bossy, we ain't never bummy. Pay me money at the show, you know we going dummy. Busy, my bitch is litty. If you ain't about the money, then you never should've picked me. Was robbing Piggly Wigglies for 20s, 10s, and 50s. Was taking everything, but not a bit of pity. Now I'm making money spitting, and I put on for the city. That's why I got the grace of old and the king of the new. And now I bring him to you. Ain't got a thing left to prove. You fucking suffer because y'all is stuck in the mud. I'm all about my business, you ain't fucking it up. I should probably overdose on luxury drugs. Too bad you bastards just ain't lucky enough. Too bad you bastards just ain't lucky enough. Fuck. Busy, give me hundreds, 50s, 20s. I ain't stingy, I'm a sharer, you won't take it from me. Stupid, saucy, bossy, we ain't never bummy. Pay me money at the show, you know we going dummy. Busy, give me hundreds, 50s, 20s. I ain't stingy, I'm a sharer, you won't take it from me. Stupid, saucy, bossy, we ain't never bummy. Pay me money at the show, you know we going dummy.
All right, all right, all right. That was Busy, Busy, Busy by Swiggle Mandela featuring Figure 8 and, oh my gosh, I'm so bad today. Busy, Busy, Busy featuring Figure 8 and Cool Nuts that you guys just saw. Okay, so this is going to get so much better, I promise you, because I have OG1 here today with me today, who is going to talk about culture, as well as Portland Hip Hop Day and Men Building Men, and everything else he has going on. So everybody welcome OG1 to the show.
Hey.
Yay, yay, yay. I'm so happy to finally have you here as a guest.
It's been a while.
I know. I apologize.
Nah, timing is everything.
Yes, and so we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and start with culture, first of all. So culture is your new baby.
Right.
That I am so happy that you have for the city to enjoy. I myself have been there a few times now. It's like my new favorite hangout. So tell the people what culture is all about if they don't know already.
Well, culture is a Mediterranean restaurant / social club. That we did a soft opening. We're going to have a grand opening probably towards the end of the month or early July. We're just working out some kinks and stuff, but we wanted to have a soft opening for people to come in and vibe with us. So what it's really all about, outside of just the food,
which is amazing.
wanted to create a place where grown people, and when I say grown, I mean people that are business professionals, young, seasoned, or whatever, can come and vibe. We have enough clubs in Portland that people can go to, and it's great. And I think this atmosphere provides kind of a balance where you can come and eat. You can have, a quality meal late night, because on our Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays, we have extended hours. And so people can, come and vibe out and hear good music and great food and a great atmosphere.
Yes. So, I mean, it's a super cool vibe. Like I said, I've been there a few times. I had dinner there the other night when I came to your soft opening that was unofficial. Well, thank you so much for inviting me. And so I had a little bit of the food then, but then when I had dinner, I had the Mediterranean chicken with the couscous.
Fire.
So freaking good. Okay, and so, I mean, just the vibe is chill. You have DJs. So tell me about the DJ lineup.
So the DJ lineup right now, I have everybody from, legendary Mellow C, DJ Juggernaut, DJ Fat Boy, myself, and some other DJs. That'll be a DJ High Maintenance, who is a female DJ. That'll be featured next week.
Nice.
So kind of sprinkling some talent through there. Again, bringing people they come do what they do, just vibing the people out. It's not really an atmosphere where people have to, turn up on the dance floor or anything, but if you're feeling the music, it's a space there. If people want to get their two-step on, you can, but it's no pressure. And again, it's just a great atmosphere, again, for great food and just really connecting with people.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the vibe's great, the atmosphere's great. The warmth and the inviting of the place is awesome. The bartenders are great. The drink menu's awesome. The patio for when the sun comes out, you can lift up the doors and have the whole patio open there. So you guys are on 24th and Hawthorne, and I know you had a little bit complications with that area and like the homelessness that I was talking about earlier, how it's a problem here and things like that. That seems to be a little bit better now. Are you guys still having issues with that?
No, not really. Ever since the news coverage of it, and really it wasn't really a situation of kind of pointing the finger at, homeless people or anything like that. It was really just to kind of bring the light to an issue of Portland and saying, hey, we got both sides of the issue. We got people who are trying to do business, and we got this issue of people that are dealing with mental health, drug addiction, and those things. And so how can we meet in the middle? And my point was really, at the end of the day, we all understand what respect is. No matter where you are economically, socially, we all understand what respect is. And so let's get there, and then we can work everything else out.
Yes, awesome. So the doors are open. What are the hours of the facility right now?
So we're open Tuesday through Sunday. Our Wednesday,
Barbershop hours, off on
basically
Monday.
barbershop hours. So we're going to be making some adjustments. We're going to be our Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Actually, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are going to be open at 4 o'clock, and we'll be open till 11 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we're open to 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
For the weekend vibes
Yeah,
and
people can
the
come
heavy
and vibe
kicking
out.
it and all
Yeah,
that. Nice.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the mural that is featured on the back wall of the
Yes.
building
Yes.
that your son did.
Yes, my son
So
Nate.
tell
Shout out to
everybody
Nate.
about that. Yes, Nate, that's such an awesome mural. It features some of Portland's great when it comes to the music scene. And rest in peace, Star Child. He
Right.
is the forefront of that mural. Like, he's the first person you see. So
Yes.
just tell us, like, with the whole vibe and the whole mindset for that mural
Well,
is.
partnering with my man Andre, one of the things, I wanted to bring to that atmosphere is I wanted to feel Portland. And, as an artist, a musician, producer, one of the things I've been driving is that we don't celebrate our artists and musicians enough. And so this was a chance for me to pay tribute to just a few, because there's not enough wall to put everybody
Yeah, I
up
was
on
looking
there.
at the names, and then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, he has a lot of people
Yeah.
on there, but there's
Yeah.
so many that could still fit on that
Exactly.
wall.
So I wanted a place where people can come and feel like, oh, that's Portland, and so, of course, Star Child being one of my best friends, and, I had to have a place for him.
Absolutely.
And it's everybody from Linda Hornbuckle to Janice Scroggins
Yes.
to
Cool
Theory
Nuts is
Memory,
on
Cool
there,
Nuts,
Amine,
and
Arietta,
yes.
Bosco. Like, you have like legendary people on there.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I mean, just going down that hallway at the soft opening, I wanted so much video, I couldn't even get the whole
Right,
thing in a
right,
photo. I was a little
right.
upset about that, but it's so beautiful and so awesome. Like, I don't know, does your son have more murals to come?
That
of
was
that? That was his
actually
very
first mural. He's an incredible artist, and so this was a challenge for him to be
did such
able
a good
to
job.
transfer what he does in portraits onto a wall. And so, he did an incredible,
Yes, he did.
incredible job.
Yes.
And so that's a good legacy for him to leave. And he loves Portland artists anyway, so it works for him.
Nice. So that is Culture, 24th in Hawthorne.
Yes.
You guys make sure you check it out. Get some grub. Amazing food. Amazing atmosphere. The music is great. When I went, you had the belly dancers out.
Yeah, you had culture.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is filled with, and I absolutely adore it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shift over to Portland. Excuse me, before we start talk about Portland Hip Hop Day, let's talk about Men Building Men,
Okay.
which is something that you've been a part of since it started. Give us a little backdrop. I had Roy on the show a few months back, and he is a curator of that as well.
Right.
And he gave us a little bit about it, but you're involved as well. So
Right.
just tell the people what Men Building Men is all about and how they can be involved if they have a son, brother, male friend, or something who they feel might, can benefit from this.
Right. So Roy, like you said, Roy was the foundation of this connection. And when he came to me and asked me, could I help him, build this community of connecting men, it was absolutely. And so my big thing is there's a lot of programs, a lot of things that are out there, great things. I think one of the things we tend to miss is the fundamental element of just connecting with each other. Part of why it's hard for us as people to work with each other is because we just don't know each other. We don't connect enough with each other. And so when we address
Just to
things
be in the same
exactly.
building.
Exactly.
Right.
So in terms of men building men, the reason why we call it that, we need a place where men connect. It's not black men, white men, it's men connecting. And our young men need to see what it looks like for men to connect outside of funerals,
Oh my
the
gosh,
club,
yes.
strip clubs, whatever you want to,
Partying, kicking it,
all those
basketball
things.
game.
We need to see what it looks like so they can imitate what that is. They don't know what that looks like. So it's just really basic. Men getting together on a monthly basis. We do breakfast or lunch and connect, and we just talk about men stuff. It's no really formula or, or really a formal type thing. Is let's start connecting and meeting with each other and talking with each other,
About
and
real
in that
stuff.
let things grow organically from
Yeah.
that. And it's as simple as that.
I mean, it's so needed in the community. I mean, you touched on mental health already. Just men in general seem to be not in touch with their, with each other and being okay with feeling however, or being confused or not knowing how to express certain things, and to have someone who's been there, done that, and is okay with that, to let them know that it's okay to go through these things and feel this way, and embrace that is totally awesome and good for our community. So kudos to you and Roy and
my
everybody
whole role,
else.
my whole role in it really is that I look at people like Roy and not
who's
just
been
Roy,
through so
exactly.
much. Yes.
But he's a younger generation from me, and I feel it's time that people that are more seasoned, my age or whatever, it's time for us to pour in more to the next upcoming leaders,
Absolutely.
in our community, and our young people see what that looks like, that we're not threatened to pour in and to uplift
To love
each other.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Amen. So if you have a young man who maybe needs to be built up a little bit or might need a good male role model, when is the next Men Building Men event?
Well, we're planning on it. We meet every week. We plan it. So the best way is just to follow us on the website, menbuildingmen.com, as well as on social
website.
media.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yes, I highly suggest that. I mean, I know people who have brought people in, just the connection and love that they've received is so needed in the community. So thank you again. Okay, so let's talk about Portland Hip Hop Day. As we all know, that started a few years ago with Star Child and you and the mayor and so forth and so on. This year, it seemed to be a little rocky. I saw some posts and heard some things because of last year and so forth and so on. So is Portland Hip Hop Day going to happen this year?
Yes.
It is happening.
Hip Hop Day is going to happen every year.
Every year. But the event.
So the event, some of the things that the challenges is that with any positive movement, you're always going to run into friction of any kind. And so I look at it, when me and Star Child initiated this whole thing, our goal was, again, to bring the hip-hop community together and to create a voice within the city. That was our number one goal, and to address some of the issues collectively as it relates to the perception that tends to be out there that the city doesn't want hip-hop in Portland.
Right.
That was our initial idea. So with that, the events were just a reflection of that. With Star Child passing last year, everything was on me now, where it was split up between he and I. Okay, you handle that, I'll handle this.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
everything was on me, and so I had to really take things to another level, and my goal last year was about love and respect. We have to start showing love to our people while they're here. While they're here, and so we honored over like 75 people last year. We did recognitions and honoring last year, and to establish that's what it should look like every year. Now, coming this year, I extended it for a few days to give a platform for artists to be able to shine a little bit more. In doing that, some necessary conflicts came up, and so I don't look at it as a negative. I looked at it as a chance to give ownership to the hip-hop community. So instead of the hip-hop community waiting for OG1 to put them on and to put this event to put people on, which tends to, for me, it enables people on one hand because it doesn't allow them to work, and then secondly, it allows people to backseat judge and say, well, why this, why this?
Why not me?
So what I did was say, hey, let's have a meeting of the minds, and what is the collective saying? And here's what I'm saying. Portland Hip Hop Day is every person in Portland's day. It's not.
So what are we?
So what are we going to do? And I use the analogy of 4th of July. If you don't have a picnic and you don't do fireworks and you don't celebrate Independence Day on 4th of July, guess what? 4th of July is still 4th of July.
Right.
So if you, as a hip hop community, don't put events on during that week, then you suck. It's not that
Well,
important.
there you
That
go.
you put who you want on.
Right.
Make it your event.
Make it
yourself,
make it your
because it
thing.
is yours. You have created.
It's meant for everyone to be able to have a piece
Star
of it
Child
and
and I
shine.
have laid the foundation. Hip Hop Day is a proclamated day, and it's about to be a proclamated week.
Hey now.
So what you do with it is on you. Now I'm probably going to be doing some events.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
Right. But what are you going to do?
But what are you going to do?
Right. So speaking of what are you going to do, the next meeting of the minds is June 30th
Yes.
at iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
So you already had one.
Yes.
Are we making progress?
Yes, yes. Oh, it was great. It was great. Just enough friction in the room, which is necessary, so we can know what that looks like and what it feels like.
Right.
But out of that came organic conversations,
Nice.
and it empowered people to go out and say, hey, well, I can do my own events,
Yeah.
and it gets supported. Absolutely.
Nice.
I only require 4 things. If you want hip hop day logo on your event, it has to honor and recognize somebody in the hip hop community. If it's a paid event, some portion of that needs to go to a nonprofit or organization that supports the culture. It needs to be safe, and other than that, it needs to be about love and respect.
Right.
I think that's easy
It's
enough.
super easy. I mean, and anybody who's in that hip hop culture, that should just be kind of a part of you already.
Should be.
Anyway, should be.
But it raises a point of accountability,
Yes.
which we've been missing in the hip hop community.
Absolutely.
Just the accountability. So
Unfortunately, yes, you get certain names and people do expect, like, but it's not that, like you said, you can do it too. If you want to shine, then put yourself out there.
man,
to shine.
and we need people to do that. For the sake of the hip hop community, we need our younger people to step up to the plate and take the reins. Let us older people, guess what, pour into you. Yeah, let us pour into you and give you the knowledge and wisdom, but you take leadership.
Yes. And and they're out there. I'm not that much younger than you, and I'm looking at the next generation too. And it's been said before, like, the city, we need the younger generation to take the city over and to put on the events and to make it fun and to have something for the urban community to do and things of that nature, because we getting old.
Yeah.
We can't keep on doing it and telling you and babying you along the way. Like, at some point, they have to get it. Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Awesome. So meeting of the minds again, June 30th at the iHeart radio station starting at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
If you are part of the hip hop community, I suggest that you make it there and share your voice with those of the hip hop community as well, so you know what you want to see. Okay. So what else does OG1 have going on that you want the people to know about as we wrap up?
Man, well, I dropped the single. A lot of people don't know I came on the scene back in '93 producing, and so I got the bug back, and so to release the single with featuring Cool Nuts, Millennium, as well as Dame Lillard's cousin Brookfield Deuce. It's called Loyalty, and it's going to be on an upcoming compilation. Well, that's available now, but it's going to be a part of a compilation, The Rise of the Rose.
Okay. And that's going to be your compilation.
Yes.
Nice.
Produced by OG1. Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
How soon or how long do we have to wait for that one?
Well, I like to not give a deadline on it because I like things to happen organically. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. So everything OG1 we can find at your official website.
Yes, DJOG1.com,
You check 'em out.
DJOG1, social media, everything.
Blazer season.
Yes, looking forward to that. It can't come fast enough.
Who do you have? You have Golden State or the Raptors?
I like to
There's
keep it on the
3-1.
West. I
I
like
know
to
me.
keep it on the West, but I'm a man of reality. That it looks like it's going to be very hard for
Them to
Golden
come
State
back,
to
huh?
win 3 back-to-back.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
and I ain't mad at Toronto being able to
Right.
get it. The Warriors got a couple.
Oh, yeah,
so,
they have plenty.
yeah, so they can share.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you for
today.
having me.
I really appreciate the time. I appreciate your energy, your efforts, everything you do for the community. You are an upstanding individual, and I highly thank you for this time today. All right, you guys, make sure you check OG1 out, www.og1.com, DJOG1.com for all things DJ OG1. All right, coming up next, we have a video by Sour D's called UFO.
We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. Alright. Look, smoking while I'm driving feels like perfect timing. Getting cloudy but still shining, switching up the climate. Bad bitch with some mileage, she just needs some guidance. Roll her backward and we flying, I am now your pilot. Spread love like a virus, no violence, killing them with kindness. What I smoke is loud, the weed you smoke so aqua silence. If you wanna make them plays, you gotta have solid linemen. But your team sucks real bad, but you're Black China. Yeah, I'm taking a risk while you playing it safe. My foot on the gas, your foot on the brake. Got a plug on the snow and that nigga don't flag. You ain't talking business, then get out my way. We don't need to speak, keep it brief like a cage. When it come to that paper, I'm doing that raise. My head in the clouds, I'm living in space. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. Yeah. I'm so wavy, you see I'm sick, causing nausea. You hoes so extra, do anything for an audience. And everywhere I go, they say it smell like weed. Cause I've been smoking, bitch. Thanks, Captain Obvious. We them niggas turn your venue to a smoking section. You niggas iffy, undecided like an open question. When in traffic, I hustle just like a boy band. Cause I'm in sync with all these backstreets going one direction. Yeah, I hit that leg like that. I can careless if you want to host it. You cannot come to my crib. No. You cannot know where I live. No. I seen a few niggas switch. Haters find out that you clocking it in. The niggas run up in your shit. I can't like get hit. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. We riding spaceships, extraterrestrial. Prepare for takeoff, up away we go. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for letting me know that, because I was sure about the.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. That was Sour D's with UFO, Portland's very own there. I like to highlight all of Portland's artists when it comes to Rose City Gumbo. So I am your host, Masha Vu. You are tuned into Rose City Gumbo. And now I have Arya Morman on the couch, who is Miss Black Oregon Ambassador 2019. Welcome, Arya. Woo! Okay, so we have had a full day today, young lady. If I do say so myself, we both woke up very early this morning. We walked in the Rose Festival walk prior to the parade. Thank you for inviting me. That was a lot of fun. So I just want to ask you, as Miss Black Oregon, first of all, what even made you decide to even run for this in the first place? Like, how did you even come across or find it? Like, I would have never thought to be like, oh yeah, let me be Miss Black Oregon. Like, what made you even go there?
You know, Marshall, thank you for having me, by the way. And, you know, that's a good question because personally, I never saw myself as the pageant queen. I'm a hooper. I play basketball. Everyone who knows me knows that I hoop. You know, French horn. I sew. I'm different. I'm not the normal pageant queen protege. But the person who recruited me, she told me, she said, this is an opportunity for you to showcase who you are. We don't have a bikini segment. We do it off of brilliance, beauty, and fitness. So,
well, beauty, brilliance, fitness. You said you hoop. Duh.
It was a good experience. I mean, the first initial interview was very scary in terms of the questions they were asking because it really made me push myself to the next level, which I appreciate. So that's how I got into the whole pageantry, and now I'm just pretty much taking my platform and pushing it across Portland.
And is this the first time you've ever done something like of this nature, like pageant?
It's my first time ever doing a pageant and winning and
Well, you do it so well. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I just came from the Juneteenth pageant. So
yes,
that's
you did. We'll talk about that in a second. So with your platform you have now as reigning Miss Black Oregon Ambassador 2019 right now, and I've seen you at multiple engagements, and we've crossed paths multiple times since you've been crowned. So what are your plans with this platform you have, and what kind of message is it that you want to get across as Miss Black Oregon?
That's a good question, because the purpose of being in this pageant wasn't necessarily to push my platform at first, and then I was already creating a platform myself beyond the pageant called Rooted, and Rooted has to do with cultural consulting with the whole world. And so I started out in Oregon doing Rooted, and we had 25 members at first, and then we grew to over 1,000 members in a year. And so after that, I decided to take it to the next level and create pillars within Rooted. So we have financial literacy, we have healthcare literacy, we have business entrepreneurship, and social equality. And so within those 3 to 4 pillars, we decided to have brand ambassadors. And I say we because we started out pushing this as a group, me plus 3 other individuals, and we started it as a technology organization. And then we expanded it. The other 3 stepped away, and then I took on the reins. And so then when I took on the reins, we decided, hey, you're going to be in this pageant. You might as well use this as an opportunity to expand upon. So that's what I've been doing, and we've been hosting events, and they're all tailored around every single platform pillar that we have in place.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So you luckily have been able to like combine the 2 passions into one, which some people can't always do. And that was another question I have for you. I was like, why do you go by why do you go by Rooted? And now that's the answer, because that was your previous baby prior to being Miss Black Oregon.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
So I took that and I just decided to infiltrate it into the pageant system, and it was very broad, and I realized that. So I decided to create events tailored around every single pillar because it was so broad. Because what makes someone rooted is just understanding their values and then utilizing their values to be able to then project it upon the world that they want to create to live in for themselves.
Nice. I love it. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the pageant. It's going to be July 29th in Atlanta.
Yes.
Is there anything you have to do before you get to Atlanta?
Oh, yeah. Lots of things.
Yeah.
I'm currently in the phase of the People's Choice. So people who want to support me can go to Facebook, and then they can vote. There's links on Facebook for you to vote. And then there's also events that I'm having. So I have some events coming up that are tailored around the platform. There'll be more information on rooted.blackinc.
One of those events is Aphrodite, July 10th.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about that event.
Oh, that event is my baby. So my mother had triple negative breast cancer, and she went through a long journey. And this journey was from self-discovery to self-recreation to curing herself by way of the mind, body, soul, and spirituality. And so with that, we started a program, Eat to Live, where we do everything alkaline-based. So that goes within our healthcare pillar.
That's a big thing now, is the whole like the waters, alkaline, the pH and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And it's very, very important because I believe that part of her healing beyond just what was supposed to happen and ordained, but it was also the way that she ate. And, you know, I want other people to understand that it could happen to you. You could be in my position. I was in Vegas when my mom called me and said, I didn't want to tell you this. I know it's Mother's Day, and I know that, you know, you didn't really want to go to Vegas for Mother's Day, but you did it anyways, and I want you to know that I have breast cancer. And I just remember being there at the pool, and the phone was just in my hand, but I just went numb. And I want other people, when they get into that position, to understand that there are steps you can take so that you can have peace of mind.
Absolutely.
So that you can also give the oxygen to someone else while giving it to yourself, because they say you should do that first. And that's what Aphrodite is about. I had an opportunity to go to a Susan G. Komen networking event, and I pulled the director aside and I let her know what my dream was, and she said, let's make it a reality.
Awesome.
So they're one of my sponsors.
Awesome. So that's July 10th, everybody. If you want to be in support of this awesome venue, this venture that you're going on, Rooted, Miss Black Oregon, all that good stuff. So you are Miss Black Oregon, and right now Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and Miss America all look like you. So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like the moment I saw Deshauna Barber in 2016 become a queen. It, for me, is an empowering moment. It makes me feel as if it's not just the barriers that are placed in front of you, it's the glass ceiling that you break through. It's the bricks that are given to you and you create a foundation with it, even though people would hope that you would not be successful.
Or try to kick them over.
Exactly. And that's why I'm just like, you know, this is the moment right here. This is full cycle. I went from having like an extreme amount of sadness in my life. My mother and my grandmother had cancer the same year.
Wow.
So for me to go from being in that low to a very nice high, you have to. That's the path. And I think for each one of those women, they can probably, and I would say most definitely, agree with me that in order to get to that moment of triumph, you have to go through a phase. And I always say that we're transforming people from having a title of victim to victor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you and your journey as Miss Black Oregon Ambassador. You have my vote. You have all the votes for everything you need to do, what's coming up. July 10th, I will totally try to be in the building. I gotta look at my calendar.
We're gonna light it up pink.
Yes, that's my favorite color. So I will definitely be in the building and help in support of that as well. So let everyone know how they can support you along your pageantry.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So along with what she was saying in terms of the event, July 10th, 6:30 to 8:30 at Century. We're also doing the People's Choice. If you go to rooted.black Inc. on Facebook, you can see the link where it says My People's Choice. If you vote for me, I would love it, because what happens is the votes get you immediately put into finals night if you are ahead by the time we get to preliminaries. And preliminaries, the event is from July 29th to August 4th. So
that's a long preliminary.
Yes, it is. It is, because we have a Women's Empowerment Week. So they have a very good slogan. It's called More Than a Pageant. So we're doing a lot of empowerment events throughout that week.
And this whole time, and that's all in Atlanta.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
So please support me. I want to bring it back. 3% Black people in Oregon. No, I want to bring it back and show them that we can do a lot of powerful things.
Absolutely.
Set a standard that I feel like my cousin Sharitha McKenzie and other people before me have set.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Arya, for being here today, Miss Black Oregon Ambassador 2019.
Thank you.
I support you 100%. You guys are tuned into Rose City Gumbo, and coming up next, we have a video, or excuse me, actually, my other guest was supposed to be Samuel Thompson, who couldn't make it because he was at the Juneteenth event that you just hustled over to from. Thank you so much for doing that. So I have a pre-recorded interview that I did with Samuel that we will play. We probably won't get to it in its whole entirety, but it's basically about him and what he has going on with his lawsuit against Dirty, as well as Next Level, and what's going on in the community with him. So you guys check out this interview with Samuel Thompson that I did just the other day before his birthday turn up last night. Okay, and we'll be back after that. Thank you. Okay, thank you for tuning in to Rose City Gumbo. Sam couldn't make it to this live show, so I had to sneak in an interview. So here we go. Thank you for being here for this interview today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, and as you all know Samuel Thompson is a major figure in the community, and we all know what's going on with him, unfortunately, with the case against Dirty Nightclub, or the owner of Dirty Nightclub. And so we're going to talk about that first and just jump right into that. So you are suing the owner of Dirty Nightclub. His name is Christopher Linehan.
Yeah, Chris Linehan.
Yes,
Yeah.
so he owns Dirty, Shake, Splash, and Paris, which are a lot of venues that we, or have, I should say, supported in the past as musical artists and just having parties and events at those places. And you, unfortunately, had an incident with them a couple years ago to where they didn't let you in because of what you were wearing, and you figured it was racial profiling. So just tell us a quick background about what happened that night.
Okay, so in May of 2017, I had hosted the Walk This Way fashion show with David Jefferson, Stacking Kicks, shout out to Stacking Kicks. And DJ LaFreak was DJing that day, and so he had invited me the following Thursday to his birthday party at Dirty. I had never been to Dirty. I had heard a few things about it, that it really wasn't too receptive to my people. But, I've been into nightlife in the city for a long time, so I decided to go out and help him support him for his birthday. I got there, tried to get in. I had on a red Black Mannequin crew neck shirt, some jeans, some red Kobe Bryant, shout out to Black Mannequin. And they stopped me. And they said I can't get in. I asked why. They said because my shirt matched my shoes. I said, good,
That's
I'm matching. They can't because those are gang colors. I said, well, you calling me a gang member? He said, I don't know. It's gang colors. So he said red is a gang color. I asked him, was I a gang member? He said he doesn't know, but I'm wearing gang colors. I went over to tell him, man, like I'm the furthest thing in the world from a gang member.
Yeah, he apparently didn't know who you were.
Yeah, so I kind of...
Nobody would ever affiliate you with that.
Yeah, that's what you would think. And so I tried to assure him that I wasn't, even showed him one of my business cards. Was like, hey fam, I don't think you don't want to let me in. He didn't. So, this is something that's been happening to men that look like me for a long time. And so, unfortunately it happened to me. And so being able to have the resources and the ability to do some stuff, I decided to take a stand against that, because it's not just the fact that they discriminate against African American men who are dressed a certain way. I think we put people that have no sense of hip hop culture or no sense of black culture in a position of power, and then that allows them to kind of arbitrarily enforce rules that have nothing to do with anything.
And the thing that trips me about these places is they play hip hop music. So, and then Portland's not the biggest city. We only have so many places we can go. You were going in support of a fellow entrepreneur and friend, and who is black, and he was there. So it's like you're going in support of other people that they apparently didn't have a problem with for whatever reason. So
actually, LaFreak is actually a white dude.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So I was going to rock with him.
Oh, I thought you said David Jefferson.
No, I met him at David's.
Oh, okay,
David's
gotcha.
event.
Sorry.
And so it's crazy. People, are able to profit and make great livings off of a culture that they don't even understand and respect. And so you want to, I always say they want to be us until it's time to be us. And that really came into kind of fruition with this whole situation.
So when you decided to go forth with the lawsuit, which isn't, your lawyer himself is not the first time he's done something like this, because he also represents the owner of Fontaine Blue that got shut down and the owner of Exotica that got shut down. And so I'm pretty sure he was not surprised when you presented this case to him as well. And so with all that going on and the whole bigger picture of it all, what's going on in the city itself, do you actually fault the nightclub people, or you think it's a ripple effect from OLCC and actual gang stuff that may be happening in the city, and so they're just trying to omit anything, or do you actually think that it's just a bunch of BS?
I think it's
trying to omit us black folks from having fun.
I think it's definitely intentional. I think it's targeted. Before, Fontaine Blue got shut down, before Exotica got shut down, I had a spot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And they shut mine down after an unfortunate incident happened across the street.
Which was non-related.
Wasn't related to anything that happened inside of my bar or any of that stuff. And we just don't get the same opportunity. I think the following week after what happened at my bar, rest in peace to LJ, a bouncer at Grand Central got killed like in the doorway when they was open again on Tuesday.
Yeah,
so even with the situation that I'm dealing with now, unfortunately a fight spilled out of Dirty about a month ago. The young man got killed from that. They were still open on Friday, and so it's we do have an issue with gangs, and so we're small. It's a small city. It's a small group of dudes. There's only a few places to go, and so when things are popping, they're going to end up at the same place. And we don't have the proper channels in place in terms of police being proactive, because it's not on the club. You know what I'm saying? It's not on the club to try to identify who is and put men that are coming to work to get some money doing security in a position to try to risk their lives because of some guys that have an issue. But the way that they go about trying to police these situations leaves too much of a gray area, and it leaves men such as myself that have nothing to do with certain lifestyles being targeted to fit the description when the color of your shoes and your shirt has nothing to do with what you're associated with.
Right.
This isn't the 80s. This isn't colors.
It's not. And there's
gang
proof
members
of that
don't
too, because Aaron Scott sent you a picture of the exact same thing. And none of this is new to you guys. You guys have been keeping track of what's going on with the case in itself. But it seems like it would be almost like not totally they can see what's going on. It's not like you can't be oblivious to what's going on, but people seem to be totally oblivious as to what's going on. I don't understand it, and I've been in the night scene for a very long time, and I've seen it happen to men multiple times. So you can't wear hats, you can't wear tennis shoes, your pants are too baggy, button up your shirt, all kinds of stuff. And then somebody else who doesn't fit the description or is one of the homies or something like that could come right behind you and no problem at all. And so it's been going on for years, and I'm kudos to you for finally, hurting them, going where it hurts, which is usually their pockets.
And that was the point. Like, this isn't new. It's been, as soon as we turned 18, 19, we've been dealing with it. When it went through the phase of jerseys, now we couldn't wear jerseys, but let somebody who didn't look like us come in a jersey. Or when pants were big, our pants were too big. Now when pants got small, our pants were still too baggy. And it's,
that's the thing.
Yeah, and so
the skinny jeans.
We got we wear skinny jeans. Nothing's big now, if you compare it to 2005. But it is what it is, and it's not on accident.
Right.
It's intentional.
So what do you suggest? Because like I mentioned, the places he owns, Dirty, Shake, Splash, Paris Theater, a lot of us still go in support of others that still utilize these spaces for things to put money in their pockets and give us a movement on the weekends, or come to my show at the Paris Theater. So if we want to support these people who we want to support, but they are going to these venues, what do we do?
And so that's been the sticky situation, man, because I've never been one to hate on another person getting money or want to knock anybody's ability to provide for themselves or their families. But, we seem to continue to support things that don't support us. And there are venues in our city that don't have these policies. There are venues in our city that don't support the profiling of black men. And I think what we have to do, it's just like with everything else, we have to understand the power of our dollar, the power of our influence, and understand that we create the movement. So wherever we as a culture and as a people decide to go, that's going to be where it's popping. So continuing when you know, and it's the same thing kind of with violence, right? We're with it until it happens to us directly. You know what I'm saying? You ain't tripping until something happens to your cousin. So we're not tripping until we have a direct incident. And so what I hope to happen is us seeing this and bringing some attention to it, because what's happened with this case is, initially went in looking for one thing and it's turned into something completely different. And seeing that, it's a lot of policies and procedures and systems and things that this man intentionally puts in place in his businesses. And so I'm being able to.
And you're talking about
Chris Linehan. Yes,
okay.
Specifically Chris Linehan. And his practices, his beliefs, the way that he trains his staff, all this stuff is targeted towards
the discrimination, towards the filtering, towards the they look like this, they can't, towards all of that.
And this is from and from a person, people who have no knowledge of, and they hide it behind the guise of, we just want to keep games out. When in actuality, we don't. We're being serious, man. It's not. We don't have people just blowing each other brains out in the club, and that stuff ain't happening, man. It's not happening. What we do have happen is, and everything gets, radicalized, and we do have a problem, some people, the white people fight, Mexicans fight, girls fight.
Girls fight a lot.
Girls fight way more than anything else. And so what ends up happening though is that again, they created a little district. They put barriers on it where you can't drive out. You force everybody in.
Ridiculous. I mean, I don't even like.
He was behind all of that.
Oh, really?
He was behind putting all that stuff together.
I mean, he has the block.
So he's a very influential man in the entertainment community, in the nightlife, and it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey even pursuing this. It's been tiring. It's been very taxing.
Yeah.
Just thinking about, I grew up around here, and even where we're sitting now, and our whole community got took. You know what I'm saying? Our whole community got took.
Shout out to Elevated Coffee, where we are right now conducting this interview, which is, a nice place to be able to come to and do something like this. But it's totally changed. I mean, I grew up down on Williams and Ames.
Yeah, I grew up on 22nd Alberta. So just to go through that and to watch your neighborhood change how it looks, to come back in your neighborhood you grew up in and not feel comfortable, to be, to always fit the description. Being a black man in this city is really, really tough. And, for me, it put me in a spot to where, man, I've worked very, very, very hard as an adult to do everything the right way. And, when I was deciding to go out to have a good time, I fit the description once again, you know what I'm saying? So that was hurtful. And I know that's happened to a lot of brothers that look like me. And so I just wanted to take the opportunity to turn that hurt into a positive and kind of stand up.
Well, like I said, again, kudos to you and thank you. We all applaud you for that. Like you said, there's multiple people, and you are asking for people to come and support you on Monday at 2 o'clock. You're having a summary judgment, which will determine if it goes to full trial.
Yeah. Okay. So when you get into
this is like
lawsuits, we get into lawsuits. And so I've been going through this process for the last a couple of years, and it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. But basically, it's the defense saying, well, this is pretty cut and dry. It doesn't need to be seen in front of a jury. And then it's the plaintiff, my side, saying, nah, this is why this needs to be heard by a jury.
So you want it to go to jury trial?
Definitely.
Is there any inkling or anything about him maybe settling without it?
Definitely. That's again, some of that stuff we can't fully disclose. But this is, I think they didn't realize the impact. They really didn't the impact and influence that I have in my community, and every step we went through in this process, we won. And so just even, God forbid I don't win, just even the media attention of understanding and getting all the things that we've got through discovery, all the information we found out about policies and how this man operates his business and how he is personally and how he views and looks at people of color. It could be very, very, very detrimental to his business. And like you said, the way to get a lot of people's attention is to hit them in the pocket.
So speaking of pockets, if you were to win, because the lawsuit's $4 million, what would you like? I know you had to have thought about it, and you probably
first if you get that, they taking 60% off top. So it wouldn't be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing nowhere near that. Then, of course, you know how you move with your lawyers and all that stuff. But I'm very, 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 very involved in this community. So it would give me the opportunity to create my own program and be able to work for myself and to continue to put together things for the kids. We do a big backpack event. Be able to do that at a larger scale. We do a Christmas event. We'll be able to do that at a larger scale. So, and even get to try to figure out how to get some of this stuff back. Yeah. So it'll be, I've never been big or motivated by money. Money doesn't mean really too much to me.
Yeah, no, you're very humble.
I don't care. So I could same for $5 and $50,000. So it would always be about being of service and figuring out ways to give back to the community.
So with that being said, if you guys want to support this man, of course, Monday at 2 o'clock is the summary judgment at the Multnomah Courthouse downtown.
Yep, the courthouse.
And then
pre-trial is on the 12th.
Oh, pre-trial.
Yeah, so we just just going through this process. I'm in a deposition all week.
Wow.
Just got out of it earlier today. Yeah, it's been in deposition all week. We had to. So we're trying to amend the prayer, which is the money you're requesting. We're trying to amend that to raise it. So we had to expedite that process. We had to go through that yesterday. So it's just a bunch of legal stuff that's happening. And so if we get through summary judgment, we win that, and we'll go to pretrial on Wednesday, and then trial will begin next week. On the 17th. So
and if it does go to trial, will it be open to
Yes, it's open to the public. And so what I want, I need us there. I need us to see